So Dragon Ball Legends is no stranger to leaking their characters. They've done it a number of times, whether it's literally them or they have some sort of snafu with other entities like Apple, where their characters wind up getting leaked is hearsay. That doesn't matter. The point is the characters are getting leaked again. So I'm going to walk you guys through an entire timeline of Dragon Ball leaks as they pertain to none other than Ultra Instinct Goku. Shout out to you, big brains out there that think this is some sort of conspiracy, that they're doing this on purpose. I can assure you that they're not. I promise you they're not. But it's always really, really funny to see how they backtrack on this stuff. So anyway, UI Goku got leaked last night. This new Goku is coming out most likely on the 26th, as the date, is kind of there. The funny thing about this, they actually moved up the timeline for reveals and stuff. They were probably going to announce it maybe this weekend. But now they announced it last night for it to start, on Friday? And it's like, oh, okay, well, they know that we know. So there's that. Also, this image you see on the screen does not exist in the game anymore. No, this image was not fake. It was not generated anywhere. Like, this was literally in the game for like 15 minutes maximum. They pulled it down. This was like, I heard Nano say in a chat that this, or I read him say, that this was like the equivalent to like a YouTuber posting a video and then scheduling the wrong date type deal, but just obviously on a way bigger scale, because this is like a game that's a live service, etc. So anyway, that's kind of what they did, because they pulled it down. They completely pulled this news post down at the time that I recorded my video, and since then they updated it and completely pulled this whole banner image off. Doing crazy damage control, right? So there's that. Now, I do want to give some shout out to Reddit, because they helped me with these images. I mean, I could have found them easier, but I could have found them anyway, but they were a lot easier with Reddit. So here is an image of the first UI Goku release. This was Legends Fest 2020. Okay, why did I say like a 2020? 2020. The original Legends Fest, because prior to that we would have maybe like celebrations, like characters and stuff that would come out around Christmas, New Year's, because obviously they're trying to get that money. But the first Legends Fest released, and the funny thing is, this was in the App Store about a week prior. So they are also advertising, check out the new Battle Pass. I'm guessing that's when the Legends Pass came out or whatever. Nonetheless, has it been that long? Has it been 3 years? No way. There's 2 Battle Passes in the game, so maybe. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. So what happened with this was they dropped this in the App Store for Apple exclusively about a week prior. So you know how when you log in, well, maybe you don't, but if you have an iPhone, when you first open up the App Store, you scroll through the list, and this is kind of similar on Google Play, but it's just a different layout, right? But you scroll through, and then they'll show you the events that are ongoing, right? And if you open up Google Play, that's the first thing you see, for example. But they show you the ongoing events. There's a banner of the the game where you can click it. It'll take you to the page to download it, which is getting cropped out of this image specifically. And then on Apple, I think they have an article, so you click it and it takes you to an article. I believe that's how it is or was back then. I haven't had an iPhone for a couple of years now, actually, since then. So anyway, this was there and it wasn't supposed to be, because if you don't know, this wasn't Legends' team doing this. Toshi wouldn't be the one that handles this, but theoretically, Toshi didn't just accidentally post this on their store. No, you send these assets and this information to Apple and tell them when to release them. So either they told them when to release it at the wrong time, because this event wasn't live yet. This came out a week prior to the release of these characters, right? So anyway, either that happened or they gave them the wrong date, things like that. I'm not really sure. And, you can't really use the excuse that we could use for some of this stuff like early on in the game's lifespan, because early on, for like example, with the first anniversary, we didn't know the exact date of certain things because the game launched at a different time, etc. So I'm not really sure what happened with this specific case. The funny thing about this case on the App Store is that it's not the first time, and it's also not the last time we've seen a leak on the App Store. So the first time was actually with Broly and Chilai. I'm going to just kind of say this really quickly. Broly and Chilai were the very first assist character in the game, which is actually pretty monumental, and they were leaked on the App Store like this, just like this. So there's that, and we were like, oh, I guess we're getting double characters now. Tag characters are like, not tag, but like, 2 characters in one. We're like getting double characters is a thing, right? So Broly and Chilai got leaked that way. And then also, who was it? Was it the Majin Vegeta? Was it Majin Vegeta or was it the Blue Vegeta from the 4th anniversary? That character, one of those characters, also was a part of this, like where they got leaked like a few days prior. So that's the original UI Goku, Legends Fest 2020 when that happened. Now, the next time that we would see this happen as it pertains to Goku, it's kind of funny because this is the 4th anniversary one. And this one was just, so, you know, there's so many different ways that players and people can get this type of information that, like, if you're a game dev and you're not on your P's and Q's and paying attention, you may notice that people haven't liked or subscribed to the channel yet. And I'm actually a game dev and I've noticed that. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I'm not a game dev. Anyway, moving on. You should still do those things. No, in all seriousness, like when you put these assets in your game, you know, you have to know people are going to data mine it. They're going to go through, they're going to find all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes you can even do things like, you know, put these assets, I believe this one was on a web page, where you put them online and you queue up for certain things to happen on certain days. That's pretty standard practice, pretty normal. However, if you if you aren't careful, people can shift the date on their device or whatever and see that information prematurely. And I believe that was the case with this guy. I'm a little fuzzy on it, but I did record a video on it at the time. I'll leave this video if you want to know full details about it down below in the description. You can watch it. But basically what happened was they were doing that. You know, you've probably seen this in a lot of games, and the Dragon Ball games in particular are very good at this, where they do this, the rolling countdown thing, where every day they show you a new banner image prior to a big celebration. 7 days until the 4th anniversary, 6 days, so on and so forth. And then with 3 days, 2 days, 1 day is Super Saiyan 4. And then the funny thing is, the image at the bottom says the anniversary is on. You see that emoji there because they actually changed it. This is another form of damage control. I don't know that they were able to pull down the UI Goku from the App Store like in a reasonable amount of time or anything like that. It didn't really matter. I don't remember their exact response to that, if that meant that they, you know, were going to do something like they're doing now where they decided to reveal the character sooner than later. But nonetheless, it is a lot more, it's a lot more fun when we don't know exactly what it is going in, right? So anyway, the damage control with this was they pulled that down and put a shallot one up really quick. Like they didn't even they didn't do anything fancier. They just threw shallot in there. 4th anniversary is here, yay! And again, we got all these images like way early, so we knew it was going to be MUI. The funny thing about celebrations like this though is that if you follow like content creators, oftentimes we have predictions that wind up being mostly true, like almost every time. Going all the way back to the 1st anniversary, so we can kind of tell you what's coming without telling you, but telling you get the point. So anyway, it's not like most of these are a surprise, but I did like Legends Festival this year because I had no clue what they were dropping for part 2. Like it just was, I knew it would be something weird because I had been saying like it'd probably be something different, and it was, but I didn't expect that. Anyway, so yeah, that's what happened here. They did this, and then again, the shallot image was actually MUI Goku's. As you see, they changed it. 4th anniversary is on. Instead, they pulled that bad boy down, the sucker down, and they put up that shallot one instead. Again, I'll leave that video in the description for you to check out. Now, you may not remember this, and I don't know that I tried to look for the actual video for this, but I could not find it. Because I'm pretty sure that they pulled it down from socials. So unless like somebody else like myself or whatever archived it, or actually I probably, now that I think about it, could have maybe did like, you know, the time machine thing where you pull back older videos on a certain date. Anyway, whatever. So what happened was when this Goku got his Zenkai announcement, and this was, I believe, in December, around December 14th, 15th of 2022. He got his announcement, I believe is when it was. So keep that in mind. So just about a year ago, he got his Zenkai release and announced in the game. And so, yeah, a year ago on the post here, December 16, 2022. Yeah, so about a year ago, they did announce that. And obviously, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But they did have, I believe, a promo video, as you can see here, where they were showing off some of the animations and stuff. And it was kind of a, like, you know, kind of a thing. But what wound up happening in this specific video was that they showed a green card. I don't have the clip of it, but they showed his green card animation, but it was not his green card animation. It was not his actual animation that was in the game. So naturally, everybody noticed that and was like, wait, what the hell? This is not his animation. It's not like he's a new character. Are they going to rework animations on Zenkais now? Is that the new standard they're setting? Is that something they're doing? It wound up not being the case, as you can imagine, because Zenkais exist so they can cut corners in terms of producing characters like that. And that's also why EXs exist, for example. Anyway, moving on. And they actually pulled down the videos from social, like I was saying, and they responded with this tweet. So they said, the video of the Zenkai Awaken reveal today of Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku included certain animations not available to the character. To avoid confusion, said video will be taken down from our channels, and we apologize for any confusion caused. Hey guys, Future DFree here, and I'm going to interject for the next couple of minutes to kind of explain something because I wanted to make sure we got this really correct and right. Also, what is up with the UI Goku art here? Dude, that is too funny to me. So one thing that I wanted to kind of explain here, because I went back and did a little bit of research, was when it came to the year 4 celebration, it wasn't so much that you could change your time. What it was is that all the files were on the website. So in the URL bar, you could change one number and it would show you the different icon. Right, you could go to the URL bar, change this like 7 right here to an 8, and it would show you something entirely different, and you would be able to cycle through and you would ultimately do the number to get you here. But again, later on they do change that to because we're sleuths on the internet, right? Eventually they do change that to being shallot instead, and then when UI Goku actually comes out, then they actually put the UI Goku one out. It's just a bunch of all over the place. And then as it pertains to the Super Saiyan Blue animation, like I said, they played the wrong animation, but what happened was it was the green card animation for the Super Saiyan Blue Green Goku pre-revive, and it was like, this isn't his animation. So I wanted to clarify that. All right, let's get back to the video. 2 months later, almost to the day, we got the release of the new, at the time anyway, Super Saiyan Blue Revival Goku that transformed into UI. Apparently I don't have that clip open. But yeah, so ultimately, long story short with this one, this is one that, again, you may or may not remember, but long story short, to summarize this last one, on December 15th or so, they posted a preview video for the upcoming Zenkai, which would be the yellow Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, and in that video, they played the green card animation for the upcoming, but not yet announced or released, of course, yellow Revival Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, I believe is what it was. So that is how they've gone ahead and leaked every UI Goku up to this point. That last one, this last one here, I'm definitely open to being corrected on this, because I feel like I may or may not have said that one or two things kind of like iffy or wrong. It's always kind of hard when you go back and do a little bit of research. Maybe you can find some of the stuff or your work based off of recollection, things like that. But nonetheless, though, the point is, find you someone that goes as well together with you as UI Goku and leaks go together.